to the right side, and there's Adriano dos Santos, evening things up at 1 apiece with 1:44 left to play. Not a lot to do there, but I mean, just technical soccer by the blast. Overload one side. Make sure you have a runner on the other side to pick up anything that goes. And there it is, Dos Santos, clinical.
Comes just under 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Ambush and Blast now tied up 1-1. Aligwe posting with Tagba. James off the wall to Thomas and plucked out of there by Jones. He's 6'1", weighs about 290 pounds. Met it around the post, rolls it loose. Oh, Paulo! Hammered at him from the left side and able to get a mitt to that and deflect it out. Just positively pulverized by Jamie Thomas. Gets us under a minute. Paulo gave one up there, but what an excellent first quarter overall it's been for him. Thompson against Almeida. Thompson into the corner. Almeida able to disrupt. Lucas take. Corkscrews it away. Aligwe cut off here by Donatelli. Man who's a co-captain tonight with Dos Santos draws the foul on Aligwe, who will head back to the bench. The Ambush are going to be in town for 3 games, February 2nd through the 10th. Star Wars night on the 2nd, then Ambush 2 family night on February 4th, plus Alumni Night, February 10th. Make sure you check out stlambush.com for information on the next homestand. We will have our first M2 game here at the Family Arena on the 10th. Pulverized by Pacheco off the glass. And the Ambush will be the beneficiaries of this.
Interesting that we're seeing Otto playing in the back line for the Ambush so far today. Obviously, classic out-and-out winger in the outside game, and so you think you want to use his speed, but maybe it's part of the transition game.
He'll have to get back with just under 10 here. Pacheco off the board. Paulo tracks him down. Gets whistled for a foul.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as you bear hug the guy, Paulo, you're gonna pull a whistle. But at the same time, if you're Paulo right there, you're probably thinking, I got 4 fouls to give. I'll give one of them right here in a position where I might have been outplayed or he could have had a chance to round me.
Dangerous situation is diffused.
Yeah,
chances of scoring from here in 4 seconds probably less.
That's a smart
if you
foul.
let that run. Donatelli wants Dos Santos to maybe move up here before he strikes it. Donatelli waving on Dos Santos. Now fires one low, redirected front, ends up just wide. Gonzalez got one of those orange boots on it, ends up off the wall. And the horn does blow with the score still at 1-1. Ambush and the Baltimore Blast. Good game brewing in St. Charles, Missouri. Stay with us on MASL TV.
GooseUpCoffee.com. It's just good coffee.
The Post Sports Bar and Grill. Use promo code AMBUSH online for a buy one, get one free cheesesteak. The Post Sports Bar and Grill. Stay posted.
We're Chesapeake Employers Insurance Company. We help protect Maryland workers because connect with your local agent or visit us online.
At MedStar Health, we're doing everything we can to prepare for what if. Like, what if you need care right now? We have the region's largest network of urgent care centers. Or what if you think you're out of options? Patients continue to turn to us after losing hope elsewhere. Or what if you can't get to care? Our mobile care units bring care to our communities. Because treating people means being prepared to treat them when what if happens. MedStar Health. It's how we treat people.
MASLsoccer.com is your home for everything Major Arena Soccer League. All the latest news, leaderboards, highlights, and more. Catch MASL Monday every Monday night exclusively on Twitch. Join Alex Bastavansky and Phil Levanko as they recap the weekend's games and discuss the league's hot topics. Find the perfect gift for the MASL fan in your life by visiting MASLsoccer.com/shop to browse teams' online stores.
Meet me in St. Louis. Gorgeous shot of downtown West. And now another one of Axios Field at the Family Arena. Joey Zanaboni, Matt Rocchio. Quarter number 2. Tied at aces right now between the Ambush and the Blast. Matt, how do you think it's gone so far for the home team?
A little bit slower pace than I expect, Joey, but nonetheless, I think if you're the Ambush, 1-1 first quarter, not the worst thing. You scored first, got a little bit of the momentum going your way. Just need to make sure you don't let things unravel. Usually the second and the third is where the Ambush decide games. They either put themselves ahead here or they let themselves get down. And the fourth quarter is either one putting it away or chasing. The big question now is, which one is it going to be?
Will Niamsi and Adriano Dos Santos have the game's 2 goals. There's Richard Schmerman.
I will say,
pops it into the gloves of Jones.
It hasn't seemed as fast-paced, and the Ambush really haven't created the shots we had last weekend, but nonetheless, the defense has been better, and we haven't had the issues with shot quality necessarily, so it's kind of a double-edged sword a little bit for the Ambush so far through the first quarter.
Rafael Araujo, man from Bound Brook, New Jersey, draws a foul for this Baltimore Blast team. 4-4 on the season. They do have an above 500 record on the road at 3-2. That one will pop up into the seats. Blast just 1-2 at home this year. Their one win up in the Baltimore area was against the Ambush January 5th. High scoring game, 15 goals. That one did go to overtime. A little bit of a different start here tonight. Blast off the right flank, and that one popped way up over the goal. Good defense there from John A. against Pacheco.
I gotta wonder, Joey, if maybe playing a more conservative game against the Blast is a mistake, considering they haven't played a lot of away games so far away from that smaller field. So get a guy like Otto Yajic in the lineup, you play him defensively. I'm just wondering if there's a lack of taking advantage of the potential here with the Ambush tonight.
David Bascombe is the head man for Baltimore. Jeff Locker, the head man for the Ambush, and they have to take that into account. Different dimensions, larger playing field when these two teams meet in St. Louis. Nice steal by Aligwe. Tagba. Guernsey. Pacheco doesn't get far with that. Guernsey and Paulo take care of it, and smooth stepping from this veteran Paulo, the 38-year-old, bouncing long for Jones. Cristo on the wall ends up shown to the green mattress. Well, it's felt like about 5 below zero in the St. Louis area today, but these fans have certainly brought the spirit tonight. It is a bit cold in the arena, dealing with a power outage a short time before game time, but they have brought the volume, haven't they?
Absolutely, they have. This fan base always so loyal, and doesn't matter how cold it is, Joey, just don't got to deal with the ice or the snow going sideways, and they get out here.
Great to have them out here, and looking forward to seeing everyone again for the next 3-game homestand, February 2nd through the 10th.
Also, Joey, there's that Will Escape bobblehead.
1,000 of them floating around the arena tonight. Good piece forward by Barry. Slam for Niamsi by Austin. Trickles to Cristo. Ends up with Barry, blocked in front somehow by Thomas. Came leaping through feet first to stop it. Ambush starting to find a rhythm though on the offensive end. 3 gone by, second period. Toothpicks on the scoreboard. Ambush got out to the early lead. Blast erased it with less than 2 in the first. Niamsi reaching after that. Gonzalez heads down to Donatelli. Volleyball forward. Never is able to be caught up to by Dos Santos. Almeida, Paulo take care of that. Now Lucas long for Jamie Thomas. Thomas staving, turning. Didn't get it off cleanly. Evacuation goes through Araujo. Thompson running, swishes it past Briggs. And Paulo will pick it up. Araujo, he's frustrated. Bangs those fists against the glass. 5'9" defenseman came a long way there. Didn't get the ball he wanted.
Yeah, he just kind of got bodied out, kind of almost screened out of the play. I can understand why he's frustrated.
Hitch off the board shot. Hey, had it tipped. Oh, it ended up just wide. Now his brother tries to win it back. Can't. Silla was in front and got a piece of that. It'll be Pereira who spikes it out for the Blast. John A. is so close so far.
So close to that first career goal. He has the first career point. He wants that first career goal. His brother on the field with him tonight. Both in the starting lineup, both being played a lot together along with Vic Moore Leagueway. It's a potentially dangerous combination and almost worked out there. How about Otto stepping up, a little step over move. A beautiful shot there.
Pereira looking for Dos Santos in the corner. Will SK applying pressure. Rotated through Pereira, hatcheted down, bounces to the top. Turned by Silla, Sam Guernsey. Bring Willie Nelson to an ancient Babylon exhibit. Let's get stoned. Gets in front of that and just positively fired off of him.
See, at his age, I thought you were going to say something about taking tablets.
My ancient Babylon history knowledge is probably not as strong as yours, Matt. You live in the library.
I have a hanging garden of my own at home. Not as impressive, but still.
Guernsey bounced it forward, and Gonzalez bounced him down south of 10. What a durable presence Sam Guernsey is. Man from Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. He stands now at 30 years old. Marcel Berry trying to get a shot off, has it partially blocked. Marcel off the cardboard, got it probably to the right place. Niamsi was going over to help him out. Now will set back up top as the ball is redeposited with Paulo. Cristo trying to find a canal. Gondolaed back here through Almeida. Niamsi the goal scorer. Cristo just underneath him has that ball go by. Cristo bounce back to him. Trailer is Tagba. To Niamsi, wanted a little pick and roll up high. Almeida will try it. Niamsi came to get it. Now Cristo from beyond the gold line fires a low shot. Jones gets an ankle to it. Blast. Soft chip out back into the aquarium. Tagba sends the goldfish to Berry. We go under 9, still tied. Berry into the corner. Slashed away briefly by Thomas. Almeida lets it drift. The man with the assist on the Niamsi goal gives outside to James. Tagba to Cristo. Couldn't get the initial shot off. Bulldozes through. Second chance tapped outside. Briggs. Windexes. Cristo header too high. Second chance. You got it, baby! Overpay for men's room renovations at the Pistachio Museum. Let's go nuts!
Robbie Cristo, always such a hard worker. Sometimes you got to work a little bit harder for that goal than usual. He gets great position, fights through it, gets the pass off, again, stays in great position right there on that red dot positioning almost, gets the ball back, and then finally fights through and is able to put it in. Another shot off the wall and then repositions again. I mean, just 3 different shot attempts, a pass out, 2 different attempts at repositioning yourself a third time for the the rebound. I mean, talk about the hard work there for Robbie Christo. A huge goal to put the ambush up 2-1.
And it means another souvenir ball, courtesy of Siteman Cancer Center, that Christo gives to the fans. Robbie, such a hard-working goal for such a hard-working player. Thomas. He caught a shot there down the side from Dos Santos, who now pokes him in the face, and Dos Santos is at the ambush bench, John. Meanwhile, the referee has not stopped things. Blast still with the attack on Pereira. Now will have to stop it. Pass back to Pacheco. We go back to the bench.
A lot of fingers being pointed.
Are pointing fingers and more. There was a finger pointed literally into the face of Thomas. Dos Santos bodied him at the line. There was no call. Then Dos Santos, I don't know if you call it a poke, a tap, a slap, something, but he sort of put his hand in Thomas's face. He went down. Finally, Dos Santos will retreat here at the behest of this refereeing crew that tonight is led by Kyle Armstrong. They have their hands full right now. Quantrell Jones watching from behind where they're going to set the ball up. Looks like they will maintain possession with the Blast.
Now, Joey, I was told last week that contact to the head, even incidental, is an automatic card.
Interesting.
That's what I was told when I had an issue with what I thought was undoubtedly an accidental hand that happened to hit somebody in the face. And
here
that
we are,
was
cardless.
and that was a card. And
that's
now
a shot by Dos Santos, snapped up by Paulo, and he'll grab it. Ooh, Paulo sucking the air out of things like a misguided oxygen bar employee. Goes long here to Thomas. Big time stop against the man who was at the center of the controversy, Dos Santos. And as you're pointing out, there has been seemingly a good case made that if you get somebody in the head, and that was after a play that he did it with Thomas, that you should be shown something. We are cardless and penaltyless in the game. Several fouls. No one's gone to the box.
I mean,
SK with 7.5.
If in a play like, let's say, like Will SK right now, making a real soccer play.
Ooh, he fires it off of Jones's mitt. Takes a weird spinning bounce past his brother. Juggled down by Pereira. Oh, one back. Well by Barry. Now John A. looking for Big Bro at the top. Splash it off the wall. It's smacked out of bounds. That will take us to immediate timeout. 7-11 left in the second. We stop in the convenience store. And Matt, you're talking here about these rules and regulations.
Yeah, it's just, you know, a classic play like you just saw there, both the SKs in kind of a hold-up play. You know, your back's to the defender. You know, you're holding your arms out a little bit to establish positioning, make yourself a little bit bigger. And, you know, if an arm, you know, gets a little high and catches someone in the face there, like we had in a game last weekend, Joey, incidental contact, even if it is incidental, it's not malicious. That's a yellow card for contact to the head. And then we see a play much more in the open, where there really isn't a chance for incidental contact necessarily in that way. And a contact to the face, to the head, and no call at all. It just seems like a lack of consistency.
We stop at 7-11 with shots on goal at 11-7. Blast have the lead in that category, but the ambush, the lead in the only category that really matters. 2-1 St. Louis. Halfway through period 2. Fans, are you looking for something to do over spring break? Join the Ambush players at the Ambush Spring Break Camp. The camp is being held March 11th through 14th. Visit www.stlambush.com/springbreakcamp for more information. And the Ambush will be proud, I'm sure, to show the skills to the youngsters as they are doing on the field tonight for so many youngsters who are doing the floss cam at the arena right now. Matt, I forgot my Listerine this weekend, or I'd do it. It was last weekend. We do believe we set a new president and set a little history in the MASL by being the first broadcast crew to use mouthwash live on Twitch.
We've done a lot of firsts in this crew, haven't we, Joey?
So many firsts. We rely on the Twitch chat to keep track of all of them for us, so keep sending those messages on the stream. It'll be set up well here for the ambush, coming out of the media timeout at the top of the arc. The ball popped to these fans, and now Almeida will set it up at the top of the bow. Gets 3 on the wall. Anchored by Donatelli. Over the top, he wanted Cristo just a hair high. For the big, tall target, why not try again? Glass work. Cristo swept it towards Schmerman. Dismissal only partial. Thomas just yanked away by Robbie Turnage in the corner.
I'm with you, Joey. I say try that at least half of your set pieces if you got a guy like Robbie on your team.
Thomas slowed up by Almeida. Yeah, it's a good move, and similar to how they scored with Niamsi earlier in the first quarter. That ball obviously on the ground, but you play it up, caught him by surprise. If it was just a little lower, where Cristo jumped a little higher, it should be 3-1. Dos Santos against Schmerman. Silla through the middle. Anand had Pacheco knocking. Now Cristo skillfully gives the blast after the juggling routine. John A. could not quite catch up. I think he was targeting goal with Jones maybe pulled up a bit. Instead, Pacheco. Donatelli, the leading scorer on this outfit, giving back through Pacheco. Under 6, ambush lead at 1. Dos Santos, that was tipped up off the glass. Donatelli on the gather. Donatelli fronted here by SK. Dos Santos outside. Through the middle. Oh! More law school necessary. Pacheco fails the bar exam. Came positively flying through on a gorgeous serve. Instead, the ball ends up back in the middle of the field. Silla's entry deflected by SK out. Seems like it's always on that end that the bottom of the bar gets rung. We saw it earlier in the season a couple of times. Ambush keep the lead. Gonzalez runs over the ball. Pereira through here to Pacheco, who would have had the goal. Niamsi can't quite win possession. Patrick Thompson using Jones in the back. Elevated out. Yahic not clean on the header. That was clean, though, from Niamsi. Artful work, and John A. settles things down by text messaging back to Paulo.
Paulo, I see, has been getting juggling lessons from Joey Zanaboni.
Well, we were down there together, man. A couple of games ago before the players got on the field, putting on a juggling show for some of the security staff. Pereira right to Guernsey. Niamsi played so well today. Tagba. Niamsi slice. Guernsey in the corner. Couldn't corral. Thomas tapped it toward him. Tap back here through Will. Started over with Yahic as Niamsi goes to the bench. Victor Aligwe steps back on. Tagba with 4 to go before the halftime break. We will have stats and scores after the 15-minute intermission.
Joey, my favorite comment so far today has to be JPJSESQ. I don't even know how to say this person's name on the Twitch channel, but whoever it is their name is, it's you don't go to law school if you fail the bar exam. You study more and then you take the exam again.
Sounds like he's got more experience.
They're very right about that, and I've never wanted to mention it to you before. But
more law school necessary, right?
No, you don't
re-enroll.
No, if you fail the bars, if you fail the bar exam, you don't go to more law school.
Well, it couldn't hurt.
No, I don't think it helps.
Schmerman! Oh, Richard Schmerman! Milton faces like a sociopathic Rod Stewart impersonator!
Joey, they're commenting hot mustard in the chat, and a little hot mustard from Richard Schmerman on that one. The former Blast player absolutely hammers that one in. And a great setup again by the ambush. Little creative there. Lucas Almeida, he's been the key man on so many of their set pieces, but earlier you let him take the cross to Cristo. It doesn't work, so this time, little stutter from Almeida, and then Richard Schmerman comes in, and I believe he just powered it in with his left foot.
What a Beautiful shot from the ambush defenseman. Took him by surprise. Okay, he passed the bar exam. No law school necessary.
No more studying necessary.
No more law school. You pass
no
the
more
bar
studying.
exam.
I don't think you can go back to law school after you graduate from law school.
I did know you don't have to go to law school to pass the bar exam.
You do in most states.
Barry on the intercept here.
You don't have to do it in California.
And there was a 17-year-old in California recently who passed the bar exam. Would you have a 17-year-old represent you in court, Matt?
No, I would not.
Even just in a civil trial?
Nope, not a chance.
Good topic for the Twitch chat. Robbie Cristo got it past Araujo, who slipped. Now Almeida unleashing Lucas Almeida! Put a Ratatouille DVD in the microwave! Let's get cooked!
Lucas Almeida steps up. He had made that decision as soon as he crossed the yellow line, and a great little play there. Not much the goaltenders can do on that play. Quantrell Jones tries to take away the short post, and Almeida takes advantage of all that open net to the right of Quantrell Jones. An incredible shot there by Lucas Almeida. The veteran continues to put in big goals for this ambush team. A 4-1 second quarter lead has to be one of the biggest offensive leads for the ambush this entire season. This is a great game so far.
And now you got to stay sturdy here in the last few minutes of this second quarter. Araujo stripped by SK. In fact, both SKs. John A. He is impeded on the way. And the breakout by Hughes, thwarted by Guernsey. And Guernsey, ooh, takes one off the noggin. It deflects to Niamsi. Once another. Will Niamsi! Oh, baby!
5-hole.
Exploding like my Uncle Gary's minivan when he got in trouble with those loan sharks. Ambush offense. Boom!
And I tell you what, that's the kind of play the ambush have not finished so many games this season. They get a breakaway. Niamsi's all alone. He's got 3 defenders trailing him, and he finally beats the goalie one-on-one, and he did it in the most impressive way possible. And a little 5-hole on Quantrell Jones.
What a play by Guernsey, who blocked one and then took a second one off the head. I mean, positively dragon-fired off of his head. Bounced back to Niamsi, who sends it home. Guernsey rewarded with the apple, and the ambush with just north of 2 left in the second in full control against a Blast team that doesn't know what to do.
Quantrell Jones had gotten some big wins for the Blast, 2-1 in his 3 starts coming into this game. Obviously, just 4-4 in the season for the Blast, so he was putting up some big minutes for them, but the ambush offense has come together all at once, and things are finally firing. I mean, they have not, again, they haven't finished breakaways like that, Joey. They haven't scored off set pieces like they have tonight. This is an ambush offense that's scoring in ways that they never have this season. This is an impressive job right now by the ambush. They jumped out 1-0. They got the first goal. We talked about how important that was, and now from here it's just been execution.
Tagba hesitating here. Good feed. Cristo!
Oh, I thought they were going to have another one.
Just flares it north and west to the upper 90. We've talked to Jeff Locker about what this team needs, and he says, hey, 80% of it's great. It's just about executing in the finishing third and executing on more chances, and certainly that's been the story tonight with 69 seconds left in this second. Ambush have scored 4 times in the quarter, en route to a 5-1 lead against their Eastern Division foes. The Baltimore Blast have come into town and gotten blasted so far. They'll be dangerous, though, in the second half. Bascom and co will put together a game plan in the locker room for the second. I'm sure we'll see it switched up. Cristo, 45 seconds. Back to Almeida. Ambush will work on keeping the foot on the pedal. Aligwe bumped hard from behind by Pereira. Stays with it. 22 on 22. Aligwe takes it to his right. Shot here into Pacheco. Now kneed back somewhat dangerously by Dos Santos. Went off glass into the keeper's hands.
Tell you what, the one criticism I still have for the ambush offense, Joey, is just the attacker's willingness to take the
With
ball
15,
outside.
That's a tough foul called against the ambush.
Something you'll notice, and you see with Robbie Cripps, you saw it there from Vic Moraleigwe. Watch ambush attackers and watch how often their move is to the outside of their attacker and away from the middle, as opposed to trying to test the middle.
Final 10 seconds. Paulo tested. Just steps up on a step ladder in the blast with 2 in the area against Almeida. They have 1 go down. Looks like Gonzalez. Ian Thompson trying to flick something home. And Paulo able to make a relatively easy grab, though it came at him quickly. And it looks like this will be pretty quick. On the injury, ambush a chance with 5 seconds left to take it the other way. Paulo keeps it close, and Almeida will just guide it forward. 1 second, and it is done for the first half. What a first half it was at Axios Field at the Family Arena. Ambush scored 4 times in the second quarter to build a 5-1 lead. Will Leomsi scored twice. We'll talk more about him and this matchup when we come back in 15 minutes. You're watching the St. Louis Ambush versus the Baltimore Blast on MASL TV.
GoostUpCoffee.com. It's just good coffee.
At MedStar Health, we're doing everything we can to prepare for what if. Like, what if you need care right now? We have the region's largest network of urgent care centers. Or what if you think you're out of options? Patients continue to turn to us after losing hope elsewhere. Or what if you can't get to care? Our mobile care units bring care to our communities. Because treating people means being prepared to treat them when what if happens. MedStar Health. It's how we treat people.
We're Chesapeake Employers Insurance Company. We help protect Maryland workers because connect with your local agent or visit us online.
Shoot! He
What's up, soccer fans? This is the MASL in 5. I'm Alex Bastiavansky. Great to see you again. I've only got 5 minutes to get you caught up on all that's gone down in the league over the past week, so let's go.
Un zapatazo de zurda, pega en el otro costado, contra, remate, gol! Gol, 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 gol!
It was a battle for Eastern Conference supremacy over the past week as Kansas City was in Monterey for 2 games. The Flash in control of Game 1. They take it big time, 12-5. Game 2, different story. KC looking much better. They were up 4-1 in the first half, but Monterey ultimately comes back in the second to take it 8-7. Fantastic game, though. Utica City getting back on track after 2 losses the week before. They were in Kansas City for an incredible back-and-forth game that ultimately went to overtime, where Steven Fernandez took control.
On back to net. Giveaway. They're not. Oh, there's a giveaway. Fernandez measures it. He shoots. And UCFC in overtime bags the win.
And what a goal, 7-6 the final score. The Texas Outlaws came so close to handing Monterey its first loss of the season. Texas up 4-1 in the third quarter, but the Flash, again, the comeback kids, coming back to take it 6-5 in an absolute thriller. Chihuahua visiting San Diego for the first time since they knocked them out in the Western Conference Final last year, and this game got tongues wagging as the Savage were on point. They looked fantastic, taking down the Sockers 5-1. San Diego, though, the day before in Tacoma, so some players were a little bit tired. The Sockers sat several key players for this contest. It was a close one. Ultimately, San Diego coming out on top over the Stars 6-5. And it should be pointed out that the ageless wonder, Craig Childs, captain of the San Diego Sockers, right now has 399 points, just 1 away from 400 career MASL points. Okay, the match originally scheduled for January 7th between San Diego and Texas has been rescheduled for February 13th. Original game day tickets are still valid. for the rescheduled game. Milwaukee staying on a roll as they have now won 6 of their last 7 games. They took down St. Louis 5-2 in Week 8. Baltimore also rolling right now. The Blast facing Harrisburg, beating them 5-3. Baltimore has now won 3 straight contests. Your top 5 scorers: Nick Pereira leading the way with 28, followed by Luis Morales with 26, Zach Reggett 25, Alvarez 21, and Texas's Sebastian Mendez tied with him for 21 points to round out your top 5. Players of the week offensively: Gennaro Castillo of the Monterrey Flash. Great Week 8, 6 points, 4 goals, 2 assists in 2 wins for the Flash. Defensively, it's Marcio Lete of the Milwaukee Wave, who was great offensively as well as defensively in Week 8. 4 points and 7 blocks in 2 Milwaukee wins. And in goal, Andrew Coughlin was lights out for Utica City. What a great week he had. 38 saves in 2 road wins, including these 2 absolute beauties right there. And your all-data power rankings: Monterey at number 1, followed by Utica, Milwaukee, San Diego, Texas, KC, Baltimore. Chihuahua all the way down at number 8, despite just beating San Diego. That will certainly make for an interesting conversation. Here are some of the top plays from the past week.
Cuando ahí la tiene Big Red, vamos a ver. ¿Qué hiciste, Big Red? ¡Qué gol, gol!
Slashes one down.
Problem, Joey. We score 1 goal and all of a sudden we get a little loose.
Now a giveaway. Vandergrift chases it into the corner. Oh, that ball is loose. Shot save! What a save! Oh my gosh! What a save by Coughlin.
On the left. O'Keefe onto his right foot, gets the shot away, finds the top corner.
Sosa dummies it. Now Reggett shoots and blasts it in there. Top shelf.
You know that for a fact. Cox with a shot, and he scores. Juice Cox, upper left-handed corner.
Call that adding cream to your tacos.
Áñez, rebound, score! Puentes!
On back to net.
Giveaway.
They're not. Oh, there's a giveaway. Fernandez measures it. He shoots! And UCFC in overtime bags the win!
And of course, you can stay up to date on everything that's going on in the MASL all throughout the season with great future stories, the latest news, statistics, by checking out the league's official social media outlets. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next week.
Get on the floor! Whoa, I'm the party starter. You might have a good time, but we party harder. So tell the DJ to play my song and we can dance all night to the early morning. Oh, I'm the party starter. You might have a good time, but we party harder. So tell the DJ to play my song and we can dance all night to the early morning. Oh, I'm the party starter. You might have a good time, but we party harder. So tell the DJ to play my song and we can dance all night to the early morning. Oh, I'm the party starter. You might have a good time, but we party harder. So tell the DJ to play my song and we can dance all night to the early morning.
My feelings about body hair have changed a lot as I've been growing up.
This happened in like 2 days when I was 12.
I hate body hair.
It is such a pain.
Want to look your best and feel your best.
You really need something that's nimble. There's something that's gonna get it done fast.
Look at this. This is honestly really, really cool.
The adjustable pivoting head.
I can actually control that angle with one hand.
This light is actually really awesome.
That's something I've never had before.
Yeah, I'd feel pretty confident grooming anywhere with this device.
I feel good when I know that I have a say in what my body hair looks like. It helps my self-esteem.
Daniel's experience with Kickaroos is he loves putting on the jersey every Saturday. He comes out, enjoys being part of the team, playing around with the ball, learning the game from his coaches, and skills that can last him a lifetime.
You know, this is what young kids sports should be like. It should be fun, it should be engaging, it should be positive. And my son Henry, when I tell him today is Thursday, he's like, is tomorrow soccer day? It's like, no, tomorrow's Friday, and then Saturday is soccer day. For a 4-year-old to have that sort of desire to keep doing an activity, it says a lot about the program. I feel like every coach that we've interacted with, they truly enjoy working with the kids. So at the end of the practice, I make it a mission of mine to say thank you and say, hey, how is my kid doing? And they're all like, oh, he's having so much fun, and we love having him. And so it's clear that everybody involved really enjoys kids.
I love soccer so much, and just being a part of the game, being able to coach kids, and like being able to influence them like at such a young age in this great sport, it's really something.
Take control. Make a healthy change. Maintain a healthy weight. Exercise regularly. Don't smoke or use smokeless tobacco. Eat a healthy diet. Limit alcohol. Protect yourself from the sun and avoid tanning beds. Protect against sexually transmitted infections. Get screening tests. For more 8 Ways tips, visit siteman.woostel.edu/take control.
Inspiration toward the middle with SK.
I hate body hair. Reason being, I used to be a bodybuilder. You want to make sure you're nice and neat.
I like this. You can get places that, normally I couldn't reach before. So yeah, this is really nice.
The doctors of Signature Orthopedics are committed to providing the most advanced and innovative diagnostic, treatment, and if needed, surgical options available in the entire St. Louis region. With 22 orthopedic surgeons and pain management specialists, board certified in every aspect of orthopedic care, including sports medicine, we have you covered. From foot, ankle, knee, hip, shoulder, elbow, wrist, and spine. Contact Signature Orthopedics today.
Legendary.
Daddy on my grind, ain't got no time for playing games. Money on my mind, I'm kicking ass and taking names. The heat is on, get out the kitchen if you can't handle the flames. I'm hustling, I was born to win, ain't never gonna change. I'm gonna be very legendary. Are you ready? Are you ready? Better make way, 'cause I'm coming through. Legendary. Legendary. Are you ready? Are you ready? You're gonna be legendary.
Stolen away by De Silva to Almeida. Little flip! Oh, it's back on the line. No, it's not!
What a performance from Robbie Christo, and what a nifty finish.
3 seconds left. Lights, camera, action.
by going to STLambush.com. Come experience all the exciting action of St. Louis Ambush indoor soccer.
At MedStar Health, we're doing everything we can to prepare for what if. Like, what if you need care right now? We have the region's largest network of urgent care centers. Or what if you think you're out of options? Patients continue to turn to us after losing hope elsewhere. Or what if you can't get to care? Our mobile care units bring care to our communities. Because treating people means being prepared to treat them when what if happens. MedStar Health. It's how we treat people.
We're Chesapeake Employers Insurance Company. We help protect Maryland workers because connect with your local agent or visit us online.
In many ways, this is my canvas. I groom mainly, I get my upper body, like I have shoulder hair, little bushy mountains. I want something that knows what it's doing, can actually get to my back and my shoulder. This is nice. This is good.
GoostUpCoffee.com. It's just good coffee.
Get the latest news on the MASL and your favorite teams by following MASL Soccer on Facebook and Instagram and MASL Arena on Twitter. Disagree with a call tonight? You just might see it on the MASL's most controversial show, Under Review. Catch it every Friday right here on Twitch.
Start of the second half at Axios Field and the Family Arena. Ambush a healthy 5-1 lead over the Baltimore Blast. Joey Zanaboni, Matt Rocchio out here for you on a special evening at Family Arena in St. Charles. A lot going on, including at halftime, Paulo, the Ambush goalkeeper, honored for playing in his 100th MASL game tonight. He gets in on the huddle as the Ambush get set to go against the Blast, who are already lined up trying to erase this 5-1 deficit on their side tonight. So much working for the Ambush. Was that the best quarter of the season in the second for the St. Louis team?
It's up there, Joey, but I'm looking more at the half for the Ambush. It was one of their better first halves of the season. In fact, so far this season, they've scored 6.5, 5 this half, and 4 in another half. Those are the 3 highest scoring halves. So their second highest scoring half ever. I do have some warnings, though, for Ambush fans. The last time, their highest scoring half this season was 6 in the first half against the Baltimore Blast, when they would go on to lose 8-7 in overtime. So the Ambush cannot take their foot off the pedal in this game. By the way, Joey, the Ambush 1-2 on the season when leading at half. It was tied in that first game against the Blast. The Ambush, their only win over Dallas, they were leading 1-0 at half. They were leading 1-0 against the Wave earlier in the season when they fell.
John A. helping to peel it out of the corner here. Bouncy ball for Vic Morligwe. Maybe misplayed it slightly. Thompson rips it away and gives it back to Jones. Certainly the fans behind this Ambush team as they try to protect the lead against the Blast team that took them down. That was in Baltimore, baby. We're here in the St. Louis area. Both are hometowns for me. Grew up in Baltimore on beautiful little Granley Avenue. Made my home in St. Louis, though, most of my life. Off a home on the far wall, Thomas fires it into John A. and Marcel Berry. Marcel keeps going with it. Putt forward to Aligwe, steps over the ball. Aligwe back to Berry, just out of his reach. Will SK on the trail, give to Chili Willie, the bobblehead man. Touching to the corner, Berry looks for a no-look pass and hit it off of Gonzalez. Caterpillars for Jones to pick up. Their other goalkeeper, Mike Zierhofer, is available tonight, dressed as the backup. No signs, though, that Bascombe will go away from Jones.
Interesting move by Bascombe, showing some confidence in your goalkeeper that has half of your season's wins so far. Again, it's been some rough moments from the Baltimore Blast defense. I like the confidence from the coach showing to his keeper.
Cristo tapping it up over Pereira. Wants the pressure to keep coming. Instead, it's cleared loose. Pacheco can't handle it on the board, though. Cristo oversteps it in the center circle. Pacheco darts by him. Pacheco, prop plane up off the glass. Robbie Cristo, Peloton work here. Light bicycle ride. Bouncing high toward Will Niopsy. What a game he's had. 2 goals tonight, had 3 in the first 10 games of the season, though in a bit of a different role than he's been asked to play here over the last few. He's been the point guy for good stretches of this game tonight. Otto Yahic closing in on Pacheco.
I don't think they can hear you.
Pacheco again, and we've got a Will SK bobblehead being delivered here. Thank you to this great crew for hooking us up out here tonight.
We have the best support group in the entire league, Joey. There's zero doubt in my mind.
It is incredible what this crew does on
Our
a
stats
night-in,
people, just the camera work.
night-out basis.
John, the voice of God in our ear. I mean, they're the best. Yeah, I'm trying to pull this out so we can maybe get a shot of it, Joey.
I've made it to styrofoam level as
too,
Robbie Cristo gets it down
beast.
a level to James Togba. Had it tipped away at the gold line. Togba keeps possession, though, as Matt unsheathes his Chili Willy bobblehead doll, presented by Siteman Cancer Center, the sponsor of the entire evening.
Oh, wow, man. I tell you what, 1,000 fans got to be really happy.
And he's wearing the custom jersey that
this
the Ambush are rocking
good
tonight.
bobblehead.
Ooh, that was swept forward by Austin to Sam Guernsey, but whistled in on the way in.
That is a nice bobblehead. Look at the flow. Look at the flow. Look at the pink jersey.
That is
pops,
incredible.
Joey. Look at that.
It's incredible right
That
there.
is-
I got to get out of the way to get this Will SK
That is an impressive
shot.
bobblehead.
It really is.
That the
Look
Ambush
at
put out
that.
here. Great job there. And Siteman Cancer Center right there, front and center. That is a great looking bobblehead. Look at Will Eske.
It's even got the 5 o'clock shadow on him.
You can see the ponytail poking out there from the side. I mean, that is fantastic.
He is.
Like I said, first 1,000 fans got this one, and heck, we got 2 of them too. Thank you very much again to our support staff, Joe, for bringing it over. That's a great look there.
Right there. Chili Willy.
That's
Best
fantastic.
hair in the MASL, now in bobblehead form tonight for the first 1,000 through the doors at the Family Arena.
And I'll tell you what, hasn't he been just a huge part of this team, bringing him back tonight? Starting in the lineup, Vic Morligwe, John Ask also in the lineup. They have been huge tonight. Just getting your leading scorer back like a Will Eske, a guy who's been leading this team on the field and off for the last year and a half.
He was limited, and
Yes,
to
he
get
was.
him back into the lineup where he needs to be, guy who's come up with so many big goals, team MVP last season, a leader in the locker room, honored here tonight. Blast weaving forward to Dos Santos. Thompson, crossfield pass, Taken away so skillfully by Barry. Turning on the Jets. Peeling one back. Almeida back to Barry! London extra pass. Marcel Barry! Tasting greatness like the CPR tent at a ranch dressing drinking contest.
You cannot draw it up better than that, and redemption on this Saturday evening for Marcel Barry. He gets the steal right around the BJC sign on his side of the field, takes it all the way up there, a beautiful cross pass over to the middle, and then it's just easy. 1-2, give and go, feed and run, extra pass kind of magic, and Marcel Barry then roofs it. A huge goal for Barry, and again, we were talking about that starting lineup earlier, the way it's impacted this game. Eligwe, the SK brothers, Marcel Barry getting the start despite maybe some bad games last week. The sense from Jeff Locker to know he needed that and that he was going to deliver, and boy has he ever. A huge game for Marcel Barry.
3 goals now on the season for Barry. Still not over. 25 minutes left in regulation, but things continue to look better and better for an Ambush team that now has scored 5 unanswered, to the delight of these fans. On a Saturday night in St. Charles, this place is raucous and this place is feeling good as they play the old swag surfing. Ambush surfing along. Pereira tapped away by John A. Briggs finishes the job. Barry releasing on the other side. Actually, this is going to be John A, and it's deflected back to Eligwe. Eligwe on the gather. Eligwe off the wall. Will SK slid after, loose change. Sam Guernsey!
SK had 2 chances at it. Vicmore Eligwe goes to work. Again, SK almost sliding it in and then cleaning up the rebound. Sam Guernsey, and there's nothing better than a Guernsey goal than the backflip that comes with it. Sam Guernsey, not backflip, the round off, I should say, by Guernsey. What a goal there. And Joey, just the difference from last week. Again, so many rebounds off the goaltender last week, but nothing juicy, nothing that you could really make anything happen with. But that time off Jones, that one was definitely a juicy rebound, and Sam Guernsey made him pay.
And how about that Selly afterward? Sam Guernsey.
Yeah, I love the flip.
Flipping like a disloyal trampoline store employee.
It's St. Louis. If you're an athlete and you flip, it's just, ever since the 90s and Ozzie Smith, it's a beautiful thing. If you flip and you're an athlete in St. Louis, I love you.
Well, we love Sam Guernsey and his entire family, who we know is watching on Twitch. Write in and tell us what you thought of that goal, Guernsey family, and make sure we do have an update here on that Twitch chat soon, Matt. 7-1 is the score. Ambush with 9:08 left in the third. Feeling very confident, gathering at this media timeout. Blaster in disarray, and this is a little bit of a revenge game for the Ambush. They come back like this against a Blast team that came back against them in Baltimore. I mean, it has to be satisfying, doesn't it?
Absolutely, and really after last week, it has to be satisfying too, because last week we had a game, Joey, where there was 40 shots on goal by the Ambush, and they scored 1 goal off of those first 40 shots. We now are looking at 12 shots on goal and 7 goals for the Ambush. That's a huge flip of the switch.
Sure is. Jumped in the cab, now here we are for the first time. A 6-goal lead in the second half for the first time this season for St. Louis. And Will SK rewarded with an apple on his bobblehead night. Robbie
Joey, it's gotten to the point where multiple the Raptor 35-35. Oh, it's Joey's song. Soccer Proski 18 says, "Pardon the USA."
Well,
sing, Joey, sing. You've created monsters.
Yeah. Oh, James Tagba. Great feed from Almeida. Tagba!
There's only one way that James Tagba could put that goal in.
I haven't seen feet look that good since I hacked Rex Ryan's iCloud account. Unbelievable from Togba. 8:38 left in the third. Lead at 7 for the Ambush.
I tell you what, the dimensions of this game allow for usually only one kind of chippiness, and that is the players getting a little head buddy together. Usually, you can't pull off lobs and little dunkers like that unless somebody's wildly out of position. But yet James Togba just put a little floater up there that died over the hands of Quantrill Jones. That was an insane goal by James Togba.
5 goals, 2 assists, 11 games. James Togba. That's 3 assists as well for Almeida. Oh, that is just sensational from Togba. More routine save from Paulo on the other side. Let it be known, I was down on the floor.
Yeah,
for that finish.
That'll make your knees buckle.
Quite literally. What a little piece over the top, so softly done.
Togba is such a talented player. I mean, his ability to make those big splash plays. I mean, talk about Paulo hitting 100 career games. James Togba's almost at 100 career games.
Yeah, veteran presence.
And so, I mean, we've been waiting for him to really explode, and all he really needs is game time consistently. And I think he's coming to a point where he could really just become a completely different level player. And maybe if it's for the Ambush this year, it could be a huge second half for him and this team.
He is still just 28 years old, from Monrovia, Liberia. Will not turn 29 until right before next season starts. So the Ambush are getting him really at his height, and he's settling in now to St. Louis after breaking St. Louis hearts a couple of times last season with the KC Comets. Had an overtime winner against the Ambush on New Year's Eve. A player who's been on the radar for a lot of teams, bringing his very skilled brand of soccer to St. Louis. He's gone viral on Instagram for settling a ball down with his derriere. Going off the derriere of Yahic, deflects out to Niamsi. Austin, springing SK. Ambush now with 7 unanswered goals. Pacheco darts through, 6.5 left in the third. Hopes dwindling for a Baltimore team that does seem still to be in chaos mode. They haven't really been able to put together those clean offensive efforts outside of the first 5 or so minutes of the game.
Joey, one of our favorites in the chat, Lux, commenting that Quantrill Jones was the backup for Paulo at the TST, the tournament they all participated in. He's having a little bit of an off night. That's what Lux says, and I'd have to agree with her. He has a little bit of an off night, but again, there's a reason they started him today. There's a reason that they've been splitting games this year. There's a reason that he has half of the Blast's 4 wins this season. And so, I mean, he's having a rough game, and also you got to give credit to the Ambush. A lot of things have gone wrong for them this season. Everything's going right tonight.
Thompson on a take, and that's another thing going right here is Pacheco has a pass back, dribble all the way into his own zone. Things have gone really well. They went really well over the summer for the Newtown Pride FC side that featured Paulo, as well as Jones, a number of players, Marcel Berry, among others for the Ambush, Will SK. I mean, that was such a huge win for that program at the soccer tournament, $1 million check. Little reunion here that's tilted toward the Ambush in almost every way tonight. Thomas.
I mean, there's so many goals that the Ambush have converted tonight. They've been a step short on a lot of the season again. Schwerman from the top of the arc. Niamsi, winning a one-on-one on a breakaway. Getting a Wallace score a goal like Cristo got earlier in the game. I mean, so much of this game has been the execution, has been that 20% that Greg Locker was talking about, that Locker was talking about them needing. When they're showing up with the 80, they're not giving the extra 20. Well, the 20's coming for them today.
Has been there tonight. That is for sure.
Amen to that.
And it shows you what this team can do when it's really clicking on all cylinders. The Ambush have struggled this season as far as record has gone, but 4 of the teams lost.
Oh, on the line!
Oh, my word! How did that stay out! Oh, off a post, off of Paulo, and somehow off the line. What surely looked like it was going to spell a second goal for the Blast instead takes a pinball ride.
That was a little, another piece of luck for the Ambush. Again, everything's going their way. The ball's bouncing that way, including that time staying off the goal line, despite all laws of physics seemingly breaking it towards the white line.
And there's been, I mean, those breaks tonight for the Ambush, just keep in mind, they haven't really been there this season for St. Louis. A tough year, 1-7-2 overall, but 4 of those losses have been by just 1 goal.
Did you see what just happened? Did you see what just happened?
Was that incidental or perhaps intentional head contact?
It seemed like it might have been a little bit of incidental head contact that resulted in a blue card.
And it looks like Cristo is the one who's going to Exile Island as a result. He tapped Thomas and pays the price as the first, banished to the sin bin this evening. There it is, contact above the shoulders. Looks like we will go to an official timeout with 3:45 to go in the third, and the power play about to be ignited for a Baltimore team that so far this year has converted 78% of its chances. Put that in some perspective, the Ambush have only converted 30% of our chances, but we have killed about half the penalties that we have faced this year, so 47%. Short-handed mark, that's pretty good. Gives you a little hope here, doesn't it?
Yeah, Joey, only Dallas has above a 700 penalty percentage with Baltimore. The difference there is Baltimore's had a couple more attempts than Dallas, but I mean, only 9 attempts for Baltimore, but they've been unnaturally successful. 4 or 5 at home, 3 or 4 on the road. Again, they've only played at 3 road games, so that's over 1 per game. So here we go. You're going to put them on the penalty. The question is, can they convert? They've got a long way to go here, Joey. They've got just under 19 total minutes to do it in, which means they're going to need a goal every 7 goals in 19 minutes. It's every 2.5 minutes or so. So they got to start
here.
So they got to start going to work. These 2 minutes are going to be crucial for them.
Basic division, courtesy of The Rock, Matt Rocchio. I think you're more or less on with that. The Ambush are hosting game day clinics this season where youth have the opportunity to train with the pros. Clinics are being held February 4th and March 17th. Visit www.stlambush.com for more information and to register. Do you want more insight from Ambush players, coaches, and owners? Check out the Soccer Dad Pod on YouTube and find out about the guys and gals who make this organization one of the best to work with. The Ambush, proud to partner with the Soccer Dad Pod. Find them on YouTube. They're a lot of fun. There's a Soccer Mom Pod as well now. Good expanding brand in the St. Louis area. 5-on-4. Blast have Donatelli and Pacheco up top. Ambush packed in fairly tight here. Barry, SK, Guernsey, and Briggs. SK, excellent effort down to the turf, and Barry reaches it, gives back to Briggs. Diagonal loose for SK. Jones gets it by his former Newtown Pride FC teammate. Barry, another Newtown Pride guy, gets it back, gives to Chili Willie, just west of the post. Ripped it to the back stick and missed by inches. SK trying to win it back. Step by Thomas, texting outside Pacheco. Blast, if they have any hope tonight, they can put a little kerosene in the lamp with a goal here. Pacheco hammers it into Paulo. Rebound blocked by Briggs for Thomas. Sprung back out with Gonzalez. He's been quiet tonight. Give Pereira. Hard pass back. Oh, Paulo has to go off the post again. Hit him in the body and get loose in the corner.
He's off. Paulo's down.
And Guernsey is as well. The shot was ripped by Gonzalez. Paulo is going to catch his breath here. Spreads himself out just in front of the goal line with a little under a minute left on the P squared for Baltimore.
And I think Paulo is dealing with a little bit, I don't know if this is his head hitting the turf or his head getting very much knocked by the ball ricocheting off the post. but he went down hard there.
And Jose Ogaz is on the field by the bench asking, should I come on here? It looks like the answer is no for now.
It looks like he might have just got the wind knocked out of him from hitting the turf when he laid out the way he did. That turf, not all that forgiving when you make a full look, but I mean, he is kind of closing his eyes and blinking kind of hard. So I do wonder if this is the ball or maybe the turf catching him in the head, because he went down pretty hard there.
And thank you to our athletic training team tending to Paulo right now and trying to help him sort this out. Ogaz is the backup tonight. He's adjusting his gloves just beyond the goal line and starting to warm up with the help of Tagba as Paulo gets a little medical attention. Ogaz, he's been a solid presence as the backup keeper with this team. He's come in for little stretches when Paulo's been penalized and come in for longer stretches at times. Got to start this year, and he is waiting to see if his services will be needed here this evening.
And honestly, you're up 8-1. This is no reason to risk it from Paulo. I mean, good game, man. This is your 100th game of your career. Take your 38th win of your career. Go to the bench, and no need to push yourself, man. You've been almost 3/4 of one goal football. I mean, go ahead and take it and run, my friend. I think if you're the ambush, I mean, I understand he's a gamer. I mean, really, the definition of Paulo is the fact that he's a gamer, and he had that lost season because of the ACL, and I know he wants every game of that back. But when you're up 8-1, going into the fourth right now, let Ogaz take the pipes, because there's no point in risking this one after taking a shot to the head.
Paulo, he is on his feet and looking like he wants to stay in goal. Indeed he will.
I said he's a gamer.
Here's these fans.
He's a gamer, man. Paulo always wants in. He doesn't want to miss a second between the pipes.
Showing appreciation for Paulo, who remains in the game with 2:38 left in the third and 53 seconds left on the only power play of the game for either team. They got the kiss going now, thanks to DJ Prue for spinning the tunes. Ambush play it safe. Briggs just sends it into the back for Baltimore. Gonzalez off the edge here, disrupted by Guernsey. He'll sell it here. Gonzalez sort of rolling around a bit.
Yeah, Guernsey with a mistimed tackle there, as Gonzalez was able to get rid of the ball right before Guernsey two-footed him.
Going hard tonight, both sides. Goes to Gonzalez in the corner, miss hits.
40 seconds left on the penalty.
Ambush doing great right now on the kill. Donatelli fronted by Guernsey. Floated for Pacheco. Tagba, who had that beautiful goal a few minutes ago, disrupted on that. Less than 20 now to go on the advantage. Herrera, Gonzalez. Excellent work by Niamsi. Donatelli fires a shot. Guernsey gets another block. Donatelli gets up off the floor with 5 seconds. Ends up with Pereira. But it looks like Tagba has been whistled for a foul.
Got to give some credit to the ambush defensively. Donatelli coming in as one of the most dangerous players on this Blast roster, leading them in goals, and he has not been a factor tonight. He's been kept on the other side of the O line and really has not been able to make any big impacts.
To Gonzalez, Paulo, big save and another one. He pushes it loose. Oh, Paulo.
Wait. Oh, we got a whistle here. And
special.
I think they're saying Thomas went in on Paulo a little bit, might have undercut him when Paulo went up to punch away.
Indeed. Thomas, his second foul as he disrupted Paulo. 2 great saves by Paulo, who's made a statement tonight. He's looking for his second straight scoreless quarter. Gave up 1 in the first, but also had 4 or so saves to open this game. Slips the ball into the center of the field. SK and Schmerman up top, applying pressure. And Schmerman keeps after it. He scored tonight. Chili Willie, he's picked up an assist in this game. Cristo has scored. He's on the field. Barry, of course, so huge on the offensive side. Almeida's been the same. Great contributions across the board from St. Louis. Ball bopped back over Christo. 55 seconds left until we go to the fourth. Ambush leading by a touchdown and an extra point. Thomas fires a shot. Paulo! Slapping things like a Will Smith-funded pickleball tournament. Gets up and gets it up over the pink. Pereira comes to the corner. Matt's secretly smiling about that one. Dos Santos, more slap work for Paulo through the middle. Christo clears it. Served in through the box by Anand. Ends up toward the center circle, but won't stay there for long. SK commits a foul just outside the goal. Thomas went down to his rear. 35 seconds, and it looks like actually Schmerman, who ends up back at the top of the arc after committing the foul. Pereira will get ready to fire as they get the Rocky theme song going. This is to you what Party in the USA is to me, right, Rock?
Not really. There's no words. They're supposed to like make the noise.
Dos Santos wanted to pinball it. Almeida back through Paulo.
You think it's weird that Philadelphia has a statue of a fictional character?
10 seconds left. No, I don't think that's weird.
I think it's pathologically weird.
Oh, Paulo gets out the battle axe. 5 seconds. Given to Dos Santos. Paulo! Oh, baby!
Bar!
Putting the third quarter to sleep like a narcolepsy PowerPoint. It'll be a fourth quarter coming up with Paulo in the thick of the action, giving us one of his best performances of the year. Will SK's got the bobblehead. Paulo's got a pile of saves. Ambush have an 8-1 lead. Headed to the fourth on MASL TV.
At MedStar Health, we're doing everything we can to prepare for what if. Like, what if you need care right now? We have the region's largest network of urgent care centers. Or what if you think you're out of options? Patients continue to turn to us after losing hope elsewhere. Or what if you can't get to care? Our mobile care units bring care to our communities. Because treating people means being prepared to treat them when what if happens. MedStar Health. It's how we treat people.
We're Chesapeake Employers Insurance Company. We help protect Maryland workers because connect with your local agent or visit us online.
GooseUpCoffee.com. It's just good coffee.
By going to STLambush.com. Come experience all the exciting action of St. Louis Ambush indoor soccer.
Restore Chesterfield is the official wellness and recovery center for your St. Louis Ambush. We offer cryotherapy, IV drips, hyperbaric oxygen, and so much more. Bring your ticket stub and receive one free core service. See you soon, and go Ambush!
Inspiration toward the middle with SK!
MASLsoccer.com is your home for everything Major Arena Soccer League. All the latest news, leaderboards, highlights, and more. And get the latest news on the MASL and your favorite teams by following MASL Soccer on Facebook and Instagram and MASL Arena on Twitter. Catch MASL Monday every Monday night exclusively on Twitch. Alex Bastavansky and Phil Levanko recap the weekend's hottest games and discuss the league's hot topics.
The Stan Musial Bridge over the Mississippi River in St. Louis. The St. Louis Ambush and the Baltimore Blast dueling at Axios Field. 8-1 the score as we enter the fourth quarter. Backstoppers, ball toss. Great event to raise awareness and funds each week for family members of fallen first responders going on here at Axios Field. Youngsters cleaning up as the Ambush and the Blast get set to go for this fourth quarter. Once again, the Ambush have been outshot by a decent margin, 19-14. Great plays by Paulo and a cavalcade of goals, including, well, 4 in the second, 3 in the third, have built this into an 8-1 lead. Matt, are they enjoying this tonight on the Twitch chat?
Oh, they absolutely are. I mean, I know the Ambush fans are enjoying this long-awaited, so many one-goal games, so many games that were fought for over the last 2 or 3 months. They just couldn't get over the finish line, but here they are, 8-1 lead, 15 minutes to go, so they finally can get that win number 2. A big moment there for the Ambush, and obviously they're loving the broadcast, Joey.
Well, that is great to hear.
I mean, 8 goal calls from you.
Is that all it's been?
They've gotten a full. I mean, you've had a couple of save calls where you've dug into your bag of tricks and phrases. You know,
well,
you thought quick like ginger ale for a minute.
Come again with that one, Matt?
Nothing. No, don't worry.
Pereira over the top. Gonzalez keeps it alive. No, he doesn't. Ends up spilling into the stands. The Ambush will have a chance to clear it out. St. Louis back at home.
If anyone can pull out the extremely deep-cut Eve 6 reference I just made, I'd be very impressed. But I don't think anyone's going to.
Don't underestimate the Twitch chat, people.
We cannot underestimate the Twitch chat. They really are the best. We love everybody in the Twitch chat. We love all the discussion going on. So we even got some responses to me making the joke about the Rocky statue.
That's interesting.
Apparently there's a Superman statue in Metropolis, Illinois. Apparently there's a Metropolis, Illinois.
Oh, I knew that. Driven through a time or two. The Omsi was spilled by Gonzalez, but the Ambush can't make anything of it. Minute into the fourth. Everything going the Ambush's way. That included hot shot off the flank by Eric Laurent. Fired just wide of the post.
And Laurent, one of the blasts on the roster that we have not gotten to see very much of tonight, but 8-1 game. Go ahead and give the young man a little bit of time out there.
Might be experimental as far as the lineup goes for Bascombe the rest of the way. His team on the cusp of dropping under 500 and going back to 500 on the road. James Togba, maybe he has a second in him. Blasted off the face of Jones, who goes down to the box. And the Tweety Bird comes out. He will be attended to here by the athletic training staff. Togba fires it off his face, and Togba ends up down himself in the corner.
Unstoppable force meets immovable object there, and I'm not sure who won.
That's on the Metropolis Superman statue, isn't it?
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Jones
Catch in a speeding bullet.
Got tagged on a hot shot by Togba. Good run by James. Again, the other goalie, and it's more so Zierhofer, who started the season. He's got 5 starts. This is the 4th for Jones, but they have pretty much an even split down the middle. He is available tonight. We will see if Jones stays in the game or Zierhofer comes on for Baltimore. The Ambush and the Blast meeting tonight at the Family Arena in St. Charles. We're going to be here February 25th for the Window World Mascot Night with halftime mascot game, the second M2 home game, sticker pack and autograph poster night, post-game autographs on the concourse. It all happens February 25th. Make sure you check out stlambush.com for more information on that mascot game.
Togba took a hard shot into the boards, holding his right shoulder, while Jones, on the other hand, seems like he's popped up and he's good to go after being down on the turf for a little bit.
It looked like Jones would kind of be on the more serious end of that, but Togba making his way off the field with the Athletic Care AT team. A little bit ginger. Again, went into that board pretty hard. Shoulder, the area of concern. Jamie Swanner talking to him on the bench as Zierhofer stays loose enough on the other bench. Donatelli, long night for him. He sort of half-heartedly just shuffleboards it with Pereira.
Yeah, I mean, you really thought he was going to be an impact player, but you can see, I think the biggest part with Donatelli is it's hard to make an impact in this big, wide field when you're playing always 30 feet away from the net.
How about that from Sam Guernsey? Just good, clean, hard soccer there.
When you, doesn't matter how much body you get, if you get ball first, and that was a clean, hard tackle from Guernsey.
He scored as well tonight. 4 or 5 block shots. Has an assist as well. Lucas Almeida has 3 of those. Gets a foot in and parabolas it loose. And Pacheco. Anang. Almeida and Guernsey force it away. Dos Santos, who has the lone goal for Baltimore, dropping back through Pereira. Also quiet tonight for Pereira, though he's really the man who makes it all go as the chess master in the back. Dos Santos, pressured by Austin.
Yeah, you got to call that. Yep.
Pereira just shoved down. Gold line, it's Schmerman again who's cited for the foul. Baltimore checking into play today, averaging over 6 goals a game. Ambush have basically doubled their average goals per game.
We'll call that housery from Richard Schmerman, and I'll let you fill in the first word.
Do you have another real estate term for this? Austin bumps Pereira, who goes down.
I do not know.
Collapsing market?
No.
Pereira, he will
get
it going. They say everybody's a real estate agent nowadays.
I think it's kind of the opposite.
Picking the wrong time to study for my real estate license.
Yeah, I think so.
More law school necessary.
I really think you are. Look at Peru with the in sync. Wait, this is Backstreet
Almeida
Boys.
wants it that way.
My bad. I'm off on my. I'm off on my boy bands.
You're off on your frosted
I said in
tips
sync.
here,
This
Matt.
is Backstreet Boys. DJ Prue did that to me on purpose on DJ Day, nonetheless.
As I recall, they had the same manager.
I appreciate what you're doing for me, Joey, but the bottom line is I didn't study enough when I was 9.
Too busy.
Eric Berger. Come on, Matt, on the chat. I'm sorry. I'm never going to feel bad.
To Eric.
I'm never going to feel bad for screwing up boy bands. I'm just not.
Pacheco taps
I was like
one
7
down
when they were
low.
popular. What do you want from me?
Pass by Jack Shearer, hammered out. Eric Bergrud, one of the voices of the Kansas City Comets, just had a birthday earlier this week.
Oh, happy birthday, Eric.
Happy B-Day, EB, and thanks for being with us on the chat.
Man, I tell you what, there's some shocking results coming out from the Comets, unfortunately, for Eric and company.
They were taken down by Utica last weekend.
And big
in one of the
loss to
games
Chihuahua,
of the year.
too. I mean,
they've taken the trip to Mexico over the course of this week as well, and tough times for the Comets, who otherwise have had a very sharp season.
They'll
Pacheco,
still be deadly. I mean, what Stokic has got going, Leo Gibson now able to focus on the field and how deadly he still is, especially offensively. I don't care. They could have a 14. They could have a 14-2. They could have a 22 loss, and I'm still saying Comets are going to be dangerous when the playoffs roll around.
We're going to have
also,
them
I
back
love
here
Smurf turf.
March 17th at the Family Arena in St. Charles. STLambush.com, the place
Joey,
for more info and tickets.
If you had to pick a color that you would make the turf here at the Family Arena, you could pick a colored turf. What would it be?
Lilac.
My God, that's such a good choice.
Especially if one day they
You
have
read
one of those.
my mind.
One of those scented turf deals. Can you imagine that?
Like a
2 birds, 1 stone.
Like a scratch and sniff?
That's how I thought I was going to revolutionize the shampoo industry, was the edible shampoo. Similar idea. I said the first person that invents a shampoo that tastes like Chick-fil-A sauce, that person's going to be a very rich man.
I don't think you know how capitalism works.
Well, the idea didn't get all that far. Dos Santos, as the Blast don't get all that far with this, gives it back to the center. Like 5 minutes into the 4th, we're talking shampoos. Ambush are talking second victory of the season, closing in on it. Hughes juggles it out of the air. Got disrupted enough by Barry and SK. Sweet Caroline it through Anand.
Yeah, I tell you what, it's National DJ Day, and DJ Prue in his bag like Dos Santos!
Paulo! Flashing the leather like a dying light bulb at the ostrich farm. Knocks it away. More great glove work from him.
I said Dos Santos is going into his bag, but Paulo putting in the work.
Oh, more work right there. Got cuticles to it. It was still bumped toward the goal by Anand, but ended up wide. Fire by Hughes. Paulo diving save. Anand goes for the second. Ball ends up waterfalling for SK to boot loose. Aligwe takes it down to the other end. Almeida with him, and Aligwe gets hammered by Dos Santos at the Lindenwood University logo. Things sparkling like a Neil Diamond sequin shirt right now for the ambush. Huge lead, good setup. Niamsi off the bench for it. He pushes it back through Yahic. 9 minutes left in regulation. Ambush going to California for a couple of road games next weekend. One sent over Niamsi's head. The Baltimore Blast, meanwhile, they're going to Harrisburg to take on the Heat. That's January 27th. Their next ball game at Harrisburg. They are home against the KC Comets February 2nd. Tickets at BaltimoreBlast.com. Paulo, another one. Big save ahead again. Oh, my word. Take a geology master class from Snoop Dogg. Let's get stoned, baby. Paulo just positively brilliant here today.
I didn't think you'd be able to come up with a better "Let's Get Stoned" than the earlier one, but that was good. Also, a little Snoop Dogg, a little Willie Nelson reference. Wait, do you have the Cheech Marin reference coming up later on in the broadcast?
Of course.
Okay, good. Just making sure.
I have files of these things, Matt, as you well know. That one off the side. Hard smack by Gonzalez. Tipped. Not a huge dive for Paulo. Great concentration, though. And he loops this one to the other end. I think he thought maybe he had Tagba.
How about the game from him today, too? I mean, man, Paulo's been incredible today. Especially even after that injury he almost took late in the third, and he's had an incredible third. He's in an incredible late third and early fourth here. 5 or 6 saves in just that little window, despite the injury.
Pacheco.
Oh, don't goal off Schmerman.
Can't even. Yahic were trying to close it down.
Can't even hold it against Paulo. That'll happen.
It does go down as an OG here on the ambush. Dos Santos is going to remain the only goal scorer for the Baltimore Blast, barring something completely unexpected here. It looks like Pacheco was the one to serve it in, and it got redirected by the ambush into the back of our own net. It'll take us to the media timeout. 7:36 to go in regulation. Lead now at 8-2 for St. Louis over Baltimore. Thank you again to our partners at Siteman Cancer Center, sponsors of tonight's Kick Cancer Night, raising awareness and funds for cancer research. The souvenir balls that the ambush players give to the fans after goals, sponsored by Siteman, and the specialty jerseys, they are a product of Siteman as well in conjunction with OT Sports. These jerseys are being auctioned off to raise money for the Siteman Cancer Center's Discovery Fund, which raises money for cancer research. Thank you to Siteman for all they do for so many in need. You know, Matt, last year, New Year's Eve game, it was the ambush and the Comets. It was one of the most exciting games of the season, the MASL, and actually we were on Twitch. This was one of the first months, really, we were on Twitch, and we had 500,000 views on that game. And to share a little bit more about that experience, you know, we finished that game against the Comets, and I went home that night, and I actually found out that my aunt had passed away from cancer after that game, and the outreach from the ambush community after that game, yourself included, meant so much, and it's so important to continue to fund cancer research and raise awareness so that so many people will not have to experience the pain of losing a loved one to the terrible disease that is cancer. So it's something that's very near and dear to my heart, and has affected my family in many ways, and just really brings a tear to my eye to see all this fan support for the continuing efforts of Siteman and similar organizations. Our tip of the cap to everyone dealing with cancer, whether it's a loved one, whether it's yourself, whether it's a friend and acquaintance. It touches the lives of so many, and the fight is long, but ultimately we know one day there will be a cure. Paulo, the slipping one to Eligwe.
And of course, Dr. Empire Strikers, always one of our favorites in the chat, and really just one of the best fans of this sport. He says bid on the jerseys at event.gives.com. And they're beautiful jerseys. If you haven't seen them live in the game, you could see them on the Chili Willy SK bobbleheads that have been given out tonight. Also incredible.
1,000 of those in the stands with these great fans this evening. Crossfield pass, Thomas had it tipped. Spins eastward of the post and gets Prius tired out of there. The blast mounting another attack here. Donatelli in front. Barry got it away somehow from the line. Now Thomas gets it out.
Almost another own goal against the ambush, this time by Marcel Barry.
Only Austin flying forward with him. Good save, though, by Barry. He goes to the bench. And the ball is just served over the top by Briggs for Niamsi. He's got 2 goals this evening to pace the ambush. JT Thomas slipping it back through Will SK. See if anybody else can get their name on the scoring list.
I'd love
as we go through the final 5.
Scoring list, right?
It's his bobblehead night. He's in the assist column. Why not get?
I was going to say, in the points column, but we've seen the apple. I want to see the Gino, baby.
Wants the goal here from his brother on the pass. Trying to share the love. Gave it back toward John A in the middle. It squeaks through. Hammered by Briggs. Stays with it. John A.
They both John A and Will Niamsi run up to the ball, and they didn't want to take the play from the other one, but then they just hesitated.
Here's John A again.
Someone's got to take the play.
Giving back to Niamsi. St. Louis now with 4.5 to go in what's been the most convincing win of the season, barring something drastic here. The Ambush will win this comfortably. Won 5-1 on this turf earlier this year against Dallas. Better opponent in Baltimore and have done even better. Schmerman snakes this one off the inside of the post. Oh, almost saran wrapped it in. Pounded off the boards by Tagba. Windshield wipered away by Donatelli. Sends it down the highway.
Fair to say that he's got the goal tonight, Joey.
I think so. Little pop over the keeper in the third that was as pretty as could be.
It is cruel. It is a cruel fact that we do not have replay from this game. We're going to have to go back and pull all these goals off Twitch because they have been something special tonight, Joey.
Stay up all night for us, Matt.
Why not?
Get these out to the people.
Join me.
Gave chase.
Join me and Joey on our personal Twitters as we do a rewatch of the game when we get home tonight.
We will be sharing some clips. There's a power outage at the Family Arena shortly before match time. It knocked out the replay module, and that replay video review is not available for either referees or viewers. But shout out to our great crew for battling through and making this great broadcast tonight. There was a timeout called, and Jeff Locker can't believe that the Ambush were sort of thwarted here.
Ambush hoping to lock this one away. 8-2 game here. No chance, I think, that this one ends 8-7 in any way, shape, or form, the way the last Blast versus Ambush matchup went. And just a huge game tonight for the Ambush. So much execution after a season where it just hasn't been there. That extra 20% that Jeff Locker keeps talking about, it has been here tonight, and you've seen some incredible goals. Say it's going to be fun to go back and watch some. You have Richard Sherman absolutely just blasting it in from the dot. Some incredible goals scored by James Togba.
A finish.
Marcel Barry had an impressive setup.
Yeah, that Togba finish,
well.
I'm sure will be
one, though.
among the goal of the week contenders
you don't see short yardage chips over goaltenders in indoor soccer and in the MASL. It just, it's not a goal that the physics of the game allow
You
to ever
see it a
happen.
little bit, obviously, in the outdoor game, but when you're in a more crammed space, it's so much harder to do.
Oh, yeah.
Baltimore was awarded a timeout. We've confirmed this with our referees up here on the clock. They called a timeout and were given the timeout. I mean, the ball was basically live, and Jeff Locker certainly didn't like that they were awarded it. They used the time to put the extra attacker jersey on Pacheco. Their net is empty. He may use his hands back in the box, but he's pulled forward here. Obviously an outfield player. Poking forward, Pereira ripped away by Schmermond. Tries the luck. First quarter into the slot machine. Ends up levered away by Donatelli. Piecing with Pacheco. Silla. With that net still empty, angled back to Pacheco. Less than 3 left in what will certainly be an ambush win tonight. Baltimore getting some experience, though, in this critical situation, going 6 attackers. You've got to develop this skill to be successful over the course of a season. Polo disrupted it. Schmerman sweeps it out. Donatelli tipped and in.
There it is. You thought you could stop him the whole game, but it was only going to be a matter of time for the lead scorer for the Blast with 8 goals on the season. Tony Donatelli came through with that one. The rebound, juicy. He settles. He takes it to the middle. We talked about that earlier, Joey. Just a lack of ambush attackers pushing it towards the middle. This time, Donatelli, though, with a defender kind of weak and giving him too much space, finds his space and hammers in there with that magic left foot. A great goal there by Donatelli, moves his season total and lead up for the Baltimore Blast.
Donatelli, 9 goals now on the year. He's got a name like a Ninja Turtle. Close enough. Tagba. Just corkscrewed down. Arguably 2 fouls on that play. He gets one of them.
Scherer, another player who we're seeing here late in the game for the Blast, getting some chances.
And they're playing hard. Maybe trying to put together just one last little stanza of offense in the final few minutes of this game. They got off to a good start offensively, looked clean on the attacking end early in this game, have outshot the ambush, but in the end, the ambush have overwhelmed Barry, Schmermond. The final 2 minutes will be viewed on the feet for these ambush faithful.
Joey, I'll tell you what, there's one difference. The biggest difference, I'll say, with this ambush attack is, personally, I've always thought that the best way to mark good soccer attacking is progressive passes. And more so than that, if you want to get a little bit more technical with it, a pass in soccer is only as dangerous as how many lines of the defense it breaks. And what you've seen, and especially when you think about indoor soccer, there's really only 2 lines of the defense, maybe 3 sometimes if you think about it. Maybe there's a 3rd line with how they're playing, but there's usually only 2 or 3 lines of the defense. So the difference tonight has been the ambush making the passes that take out 3 to 4 players of the Blast at once and leave it as a 2-on-1. That's the kind of play the ambush have had. The kind of play that starts at their yellow line and crosses the Blast yellow line with only 1 pass and bypasses 3 of the 5 defenders. That's been the key tonight for the ambush offense. They've missed those kind of progressive passing, and tonight it's been there.
Here's the
and that's
offense.
why they've been scoring.
Right now, James Thomas got hammered down from behind by Pereira. Pacheco, again, can use his hands, makes the save. Ball now up off of SK. Donatelli, who sent it off his chest, reserves it from the boards. This has been an impressive offensive performance from the ambush. Scored just 1 goal in the first quarter, but got 4 in the second. Put together 3 more in the third. Haven't really needed anything in the fourth, though it might be good here with less than a minute to go to get SK on the board. He has it ripped away at the last moment.
Silla with a wrapping tackle, his leg around SK, and that saved a goal.
Now he's rewarded with the ball from Pacheco. 40 seconds. Pereira lofting. Silla softly to Gonzalez. Laces it wide. 30 seconds. Pacheco, stolen by Almeida, turned by SK. Thomas had it stolen by Gonzalez, trips him with 21 seconds. Thank you to John Elam and the entire crew for a tenacious performance out here tonight. Thank you to Shelly Clark and Jeff Locker, the owners of the St. Louis Ambush. Jeff also the head coach. Thank you to all of you with us on the Twitch chat. That one sent up and over by Scylla. And thank you to you, Matt Rocchio, as well as Angela Sharp, who's going to be down on the field post-game. We are hoping that she will get Paulo for his 100th game. He's been wonderful tonight. He's going to get the W. The final 10 seconds. Christo. Stolen by Hughes. We will close the homestand with a victory. 8-3. Ambush come out on top on the great night at the Family Arena. A great performance from an Ambush team. A meaningful game. A celebration on now for these fans. Thank you to Siteman Cancer Center for sponsoring Kick Cancer Night. And we will have more on that as we wrap it up this evening. The Ambush take the finale of the 3-game homestand before heading to California. Will SK's bobblehead night will be remembered as a winner. Goose Rudy, Director of Operations, embracing with Paulo, who gets the W this evening. The Brazilian Rob Lowe. He's the winning goalkeeper over Quantrell Jones. It's been a little while since we've been able to celebrate a W. Have to go back to December 17th to find the last win for the Ambush, but here tonight, offense finally lived up to its potential, and it gets a runaway win against Baltimore.
Absolutely. I mean, the offense was huge tonight for the Ambush. Execution was the name of the game. They scored a goal in every way that just has eluded them so much of this season, from set pieces, from making the extra pass when they have a man advantage, one-on-ones, you know, give-and-go plays, just everything they possibly could happen to them, you know, breaking down the defense, getting a steal and making a quick turn in transition. Just all these ways to score the goal and to score a goal in this game that the Ambush haven't been taking advantage of. They've been getting the opportunities, but they haven't been finishing any of them. And tonight they finished 6 or 7 of them for the total of the 8 they scored, and it was a big night for the Ambush. They needed this win as we turn the page towards the second half of the season, Joey.
Ambush do it in resounding fashion. 8 goals. A season high for this Ambush team that did score 7 in Baltimore when these two teams met just about 2 weeks ago. They fell 1 goal short in that game, lost at 8-7 in OT. But tonight, got 8, didn't need all of them because of Paulo, who bows appreciatively to the fans, who bow to him appreciatively after being named the Chris Tiger Agency American Family Insurance All-Star of the game. Paulo's gotten that designation a few times in his illustrious Ambush career, and adds another award to his shelf. Angela Sharp down on the field. She's going to have a player from each team coming to join her in just a matter of moments. The Ambush want to say thank you to all of our great sponsors out here, including the Chris Tiger Agency, for these post-game ceremonies.
I'm not sure if we're going to hear from a Blast player today, Joey.
Have they fled, Matt?
They seem to have departed from the playing field. Looks like it's going to be just Paulo today.
And we're throwing it down to Angela. She's with Paulo on the turf.
Well, hey there. It's time for your post-game interview. I am down here to celebrate your 100th game. Let's start with that. 100 games playing here in this league. What is that like?
It's a really special moment. Bring you a lot of memories. It's 7 years after I moved here. A lot of things happened during that process. So many people, so many fans. I would like to thank you. Everton was the coach that bring me from Brazil to here. Jason from GK Union, he always have been supporting me all the time. All the fans, I got injury, I tore my ACL. My dad passed away last year. I couldn't go because of his issues. It's a long journey, but really proud to be here and just happy, and thanks so much for everything.
We are very proud to have you here with us. Let's talk about today's game. You are all over the place in today's game, smacking balls away and stopping that. You're frequently like that anyway. You're usually the superstar of the game. But today, you are on an extra level. What was it about today's game that really got you going?
Yeah, for sure, that mark, like 100 games, bringing me a special energy, bringing me, like I said, memories. So helping me to focus more, helping to extra step, get up quicker, fight for every single ball. Also, the players, they did amazing. They block all the things they could. It makes my life easier over there. So when they are on the ground, I can see the ball, and I think it's a teamwork as always.
You gotta like the 8-3 score. That has to make you go out on today's game, on your 100th game with the win and a lot of extra oomph, right?
For sure, for sure. That has to be like a new start point for Ambush. Our season isn't going like we'd like to. However, every day is a new day to work hard. That's the only thing I know that can improve. So let's go Ambush.
Let's go Ambush. Well, let's talk about these fans that we had in the building today. I know they were super loud, kind of cheering you on. I think we talk about it game after game, but you guys down here playing, you can actually feel the energy of your crowd.
Yes, for sure. When you make saves, the way they celebrate is like a goal. That's the way I think as well. Every single save is like a goal. That's my personal goal, and the energy come after save, bring the ball, like get up quicker, and yes, for sure you can feel the energy. You can hear the fans.
I love that so much. Everybody, let's hear it for his 100th game, and of course today's player of the game. Thank you.
Angela Sharp with Paulo. He will be the lone interview tonight. Well-deserved. Paulo, 17 saves. He picks up the W. 2 goals for Will Niamsi, a goal, 3 assists for Lucas Almeida. A lot of great contributions up and down the card tonight for the St. Louis Ambush. A convincing 8-3 W over the Baltimore Blast. Matt, your final thoughts on this one?
Just a huge game for the Ambush. To have this kind of success in a game like this, as you get, we look towards the second half of the season. The schedule gets very different in these games, but it was just a great game for the Ambush. Execution was the #1 thing. They got that final 20% that Locker's been looking for. Hopefully they can continue on and have a great second half of the season off this game.
Ambush in California next weekend, then back at home Friday, February 2nd against the Harrisburg Heat at 7:30. Until then, from Axios Field and the Family Arena, Matt Rocky, Joey Zanaboni saying so long. This has been St. Louis Ambush Soccer on MASL TV.